Welcome to sunny West Beach here at Diamond One on beautiful Ghana land. It's the completion of round 17. It's the Pride round hosted by the West Torrens Softball Club. And today we've got, for the main game, it's the second placed Walkerville Cats against the third place West Torrens Eagles. On the mic with me today, my name's Anthony Weatherstone. I'm your play-by-play caller. On the mic today, SA softball superstar Danny Moffat, who has returned from sunny Queensland, and ex-state player, West Torrens, Torrens Valley. She's going to be on the mic today.
Good to see you, Danny. And great to be back in Adelaide.
Yeah, love it, love it. And we've also got Kath Coral medalist, premiership player in only her first 3 years at Port Adelaide. Every year that she's been here, they've played in the grand final. Jess Golden, the superstar from the Magpies.
Hi, thank you for having me.
No, thank you for joining us. Beautiful day today. Wind is the issue today, right to left on your TV screens. So a bit breezy, but not as hot as last week's country championships where we were getting cooked.
Definitely the diamond to be on today with the wind. We're on diamond 2. Outfield will be right behind second and short, but today diamond 1. West
Torrens looking ever more stronger as now Steph Trzynski gets her second start post 2025. She'll be thrown to Amber Hood. Emma Burridge is at second base. Just checking. Benedictson's at first. Lana Kaisler's at third. Maddie Scott, shortstop, Sparm's player of the week last weekend. Caitlin Holt's out at left field. Alicia Marshank at centre. And the ever-reliable Jackie Bill at right field. They've got a big bench with some pitching options there and a bit of youth. And they'll be throwing to Walkerville, who were top of the ladder Wednesday night, didn't play. And then, of course, Port had a big win on Wednesday night against the Rebels, and they went top. So Walkerville's chance to get back up to the top today.
Yeah, I think if they, keep the bats rolling early, they'll definitely be able to get back up in that one spot. It's all pretty tight with the top 4, so it's really just a fight for the finals.
Yeah, position's going to be really important. That third spot, not guaranteed. Seacombe have got it in their hands at the moment with a couple of games up their sleeve, but they did lose to Torrens last week with Trzynski starting before Talia Sutton came in, the number 3 ranked pitcher in the Premier League, ERA under 3, doing a great job, but unfortunately just some fielding issues have sort of probably made her runs go up a little bit more than she would have liked. But West Torrens were sharp last week in the field.
We were, and having Steph back on the mound, come back from injury, was so good. We'd planned to go 2 innings with her and let her decide. She wanted a third. I think she only faced 9 batters. So she
only struck out 7 in a row.
Yep, so we said, you can go probably a 4th and get 12. But she pulled up really well. Talia came in well. They hit the ball so well the other night as well. It was really good to see.
Yeah, Sophie Hall, big miss today, unfortunately. So... but a good welcome return for the Cats. Chelsea Robertson back in her normal spot out there at shortstop, and she's always going to lead the Cats off, and that's what she's going to do here today in the Pride round. West Torrens Walkerville, the completion of round 17. Danny's got some info coming up for you soon, which we'll do between the innings.
Sounds good.
So Trzynski to Robinson.
Good start, Steph.
I didn't realise you were cheering today.
Cheering. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, just noticed the T-shirt. Yep, okay. Robinson gets after it, over to Scott, good feet, and comes up throwing hard, and a routine 6-3. West Torrens would love that to get the lead off, as we see here on the Sporty Bar replay. No, we're not going to see it on the Sporty Bar replay. I was just saying stuff. So.
Muscle memory, Anthony.
I'll
get you to say the name of this next player for me, Jess.
Yeah, so new import coming in for Walkerville, Bailey Looks. Played in Belgium this past season with Ellie Smith, so she's probably looking to do some damage for Walkerville here this back half of season.
Yes, new recruit. She'll be doing the catching today for the dominant Taylor Caudle. Acknowledges the inside second strike after getting after the first one. and gets after that one on the outside edge. Good mix by Amber Hood.
I think you're right, Anthony, with having a look, because I think Lot wouldn't have even probably seen Steph, you know, out injured for the first part of the year, so you do want to have a look. You know, she threw fast at about 60% the other night.
Yeah. And there's that curve which is into the wind today, so it'll be interesting to see how much that gets nullified. Right, okay. Again, dropping her hands on that one, but stays alive as she fouls it off. For those wondering why we traditionally haven't got our ball behind the pitcher just yet, the wind is causing havoc. So we're on it, and you'll have over the shoulder shortly. Lux behind in the count, fighting on. Does it again. Coach Martin over there on first base. Coach Stansfield looking splendid in their pride tops, as is the Eagles with their rainbow-themed pride tops, which Danny's going to give us some info on later. Looking amazing.
Yes,
Battle.
Steph's new glove, too. Looking great with that uniform.
Yeah, right.
I thought that the other night as well.
Yeah,
Pops.
that's cool.
Pops, yeah.
I didn't notice. Far out. What am I doing? I'm actually watching the game. Who would have thought? No, it is very fancy. So that's good. So this is a good battle by the number 2 here. And as you said, Danny, this is good in the fact that she's getting some pitches, getting a bit used to what she's going to see in the finals. Eagles working hard. Every win important for them now. Tied with Sturt, Seacombe games in hand. So that 4th spot is up for grabs. Stays alive. This one's gone into the breeze on the right side. And what a great effort by Emma Burridge. Good communication, but the fence wins out.
Very good hustle by Emma there.
Flied actually into the wind, like pretty much if you were at home, that's where the wind's coming from on your right to left of screen. So Burridge did well, but thankfully her teammates like her. Made sure that she did the right thing and didn't become one with the fence. Here we go. Looks fighting hard. Repeat of earlier message, as the great man would say, as we've fouled off again for the 4th time over the first base dugout. So this is a great opening at bat, setting a bit of a tone for Walkerville. Steph, obviously, 2-time Kath Coral medalist, multiple premiership player, and a dominant pitcher here in the Premier League. And asks a very, very stern early question of the batter. But last year's Umpire of the Year, Ian Gray, behind the plate, takes us to a full count in an 11-pitch at-bat. This time she's in play. Burridge is going back. Marshank's coming in, but as per usual, it's the ever-reliable Jackie Bill who reads it best and makes a great catch just behind second base. Still no... On replay. Here we go, girls. Sporty Bars replay.
Jackie Beale has been one of those players this year. I haven't met her before, but coming back to the Torrens camp has been such a consistent hitter and fielder and just gives everything. And the read of that ball, you know, here, diamond 2, whatever diamond she's on, she's in it.
Sophie King doesn't wait, goes first pitch, grounds out on a bounce to third base, the newly married Alana Kaesler, and that retires the Eagles, retires the Cats in the top of the first. You just see here on the replay, just rolling her hands over, one bounce. Nice early ground out, if there is such a thing at third base, but Lana will take that every day of the week. So, Danny, tell us about the Pride Round today and what the hosts, West Torrens, are doing and who they're supporting today for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Big thank you to Softball SA for allowing the clubs to have their days, and We have this vibrant, colourful round to celebrate our LGBTQI plus people and remind us that all diversity makes the world a better place. Pride Round teaches us that can be yourself and love whoever you want to love. Our softball community will always support you. Rainbow Hub SA is a community-led, volunteer-run, independent organisation providing a voice for the older people in SA. They build in community through events and information shared focused on people aged 50 plus. Also connecting across generations with allies. Any donations today will contribute towards advocacy work, communications and other projects. Rainbow Hub SA hosts a monthly lunch in the city and other events. For more information, check out their website rainbowhubsa.com or sign up on for their free free newsletter, and follow them on Facebook. Or if you're at the grounds, drop in and see Jackie. I think Jackie's up in the stands now, all in pink, and say g'day. And one special mention to Eleanor Morris from Sturt for designing the 5th edition of the damn awesome Pride stubby cooler, which Anthony has right here.
Yes, I just went and bought that just before because, as you were saying, the young girl from Sturt did an amazing job in designing that, and that's, they've all been great coolers that the Eagles have done every year, but this one is definitely a standout. So, Walkerville, right of reply to West Torrens. It's the Australian Spirit hopeful at short. Maddie Scott, player of the week last week, had a great game, great double play. Here she is leading off the Eagles. Bottom of the first, it's 0-0.
Yeah, Maddie was definitely a different player Wednesday night, so it was good to see her come back with a couple of hits, and just the glove work is just phenomenal.
Over to Roberts at third on a short bunt, but Scott has come up trumps. She can hit the ball hard, she can slap the ball, she can drop a running bunt and use her speed as demonstrated there on the Sporty Bars replay.
Yeah, that was great placement on that bunt right there.
Amber Hood.
Amber Hood.
Sorry, is at the plate now. Having another great season. Shows bunt. Sophie King comes over to cover up. Scott gets back to the base. And you can see there's a bit in this game. Sorry, I'm just, I'm wearing my non-reading glasses today, and so I can't see the, so is Taylor.
No, that's Ellie.
15's pitching.
Yeah.
Ellie Smith.
Ellie Smith, yeah, right. I thought what, the uniform number's different though. Okay. Chaos.
Maybe Pride Round, we just throw on a shirt.
Yeah,
whatever
that's right.
Pride, we're just all happy, one big happy family here.
I'm just trying to think, is that, has
Taylor
Taylor all of a sudden become shorter, and I've got all this pre-work on her stats and all the rest of it, and but that's okay. We're bunts again. Roberts down. Oh, loses her footing. Gives Hood a chance. Bendel rings up Hood over at first, but the job's been done. She's advanced the runner in what promises to probably be a close game, and Scott's made it the second here on the Sporty Bar replay.
Yeah, you can see Sophie didn't give up on that play either. Although she lost her footing, she still had the mindset to throw the ball and throw it straight, which is what she needed. Good bunts around.
Yeah, nothing wrong with a bit of short ball. So
I think I say it every time I'm on here.
Yeah.
Bunting's crucial.
Yeah. So it's Smith to Kaysler. Runner at 2, 1 out. Takes a bit off that one. Good break at the plate. And the impressive, say it right.
Lana.
Looks.
Bailey Looks, yep.
Bailey Looks. The impressive looks behind the plate. I will get the hand in this by
That's going to be the catchphrase for the season.
Great blocking. Way to keep the ball in front. Goes straight down. Chelsea Robertson covers it. No more nicknames, Anthony. And Scott had a good jump. So the Eagles aggressive here early. Plenty on this game here at the moment. It's a must win for the Eagles. They're It's been a difficult season. Their offense still doing the job. Defense probably getting ball hit at it more than it's used to. And they've been hanging tough. They've had some injuries, had some unavailability, but they're coming good now. Kaisler absolutely smashes a line drive over to left field. Martira has had the ball bounce and just kick off of her and go all the way to the fence. She recovers it quickly. Kaisler gets to 2, but not before Maddie Scott impressively here scores on the Sporty Bar replay.
Yep. Absolutely smoked.
God. She did smoke that ball. Yeah, even if left fielder keeps that in front of her, Maddie's definitely scoring on that. She got a great jump on the pitch, so putting that runner in scoring position, and then Lana just poking it in the outfield to do her job.
Well, you were saying, Danny, small ball's still got a place in the game of softball very much, and that's a great demonstration of what small ball gives you, an opportunity. Runner at 2. That basically means if you pierce the infield, you're a good chance of scoring.
Absolutely, with aggressive running, aggressive coaching by Terry as well. She'll send.
Yep, Coach Lemry for sure.
Absolutely, and that hop out there is one of those. Do I back off a little bit, hops, or do I try and half volley it, catch it, just in that awkward zone?
Yeah, Matera. Is it Matera? Is that? Am I saying that right, Jess? Do you remember? Didn't she?
Oh, Tia.
Tia. What was the surname there? Yeah, cool.
Jess is our linguist today.
So, Steph Trzynski at the plate.
Gonna move the mic closer.
Yep, closer. Yeah. The aggressive Trzynski doesn't get much to swing at and has good discipline to make her way up to first. The Eagles now putting some big pressure on the Cats early. I wonder if this is going to institute the Smith change for Caudle, or how long the flex is going to stay in play. Emma Burridge, the second base player, comes up. 1 out, runners at 1 and 2.
Yeah, I think with Steph, because she couldn't pitch, she did a lot of hitting, a lot of batting that she could do. And fun fact, she reminded us the other night she hasn't hit a single this season. Doubles and triples, so, and she still hasn't. That's how well she's hit.
Burridge, inside out, hits the ball hard outside the foul ball line of first base. It's unlike a pitcher to know their stats.
It is Steph. Steph knows.
I still maintain if you would ask any pitcher, I mean, I've lived with one for 26 years.
True.
Yeah, they know pretty much what they do all the time. So.
Especially hitting stats. Cause back in the time with Kylie, didn't get to swing the bat much.
474 in a Kath Cole year.
Yeah.
ERA?
Just batting. She worried about batting.
I said 26 years, mate. There's only so much information I can retain. So, it would have been good.
Yeah. Yep.
Burridge here, big opportunity to put the Cats under some serious pressure. Mayer's come in at centre field. Elliott keeps it low, fields it herself. Elliott goes over to Roberts at third. Great stretch by Georgia Mason over at first, trying to make the infield a bit smaller, but she's made it. But they got the lead runner with a great play by Smith in the middle. As you see here on the Diamond Bar replay, nothing Lana could do there. Sophie set up well.
Yeah, I think just a bit out in front for Emma. Maybe a bit low, not in her zone, but did try hard to move Lana around.
Well, it was a good field. I mean, it'd be interesting to see what would have happened if it had got to Robbo, whether or not the double play. Caitlin Holt, aggressive with runners on. The young first-year rookie for the Eagles.
Did not know that. See, I'm learning as well, being back in the Eagles, that she's just a rookie.
Another low pitch. 2 out now for the Eagles. Runners in scoring position. Steph's come out of second as the speed-up pitcher rule's been used by Coach Lemery. Caitlin Holt, what a shot, and matched only by the great fielding by Kelly Bested out there at right field as she takes that line drive and retires the Eagles, but not before they've scored their first run here on this Sporty Bar replay.
That was another good fielding. Great hit. You know, that gets away from her another foot to her right, our left.
Left.
Yeah,
Whatever
definitely.
diamond we're on.
Definitely.
And that's a stand-up triple for Caitlin, so, you know, scored another couple. But very good fielding there by the right fielder, Bested.
Well, I mean, obviously with the wind as it is on that right side, I know that Mayer had come in on that last one, and obviously Bested was reasonably shallow there, so she was well set up. So good coaching there by the Cats. So as we're moving here now into the top of the second, we're going to have the young South Australian under-18 first base and catcher, Georgia Mason's going to lead us off. Jess, haven't had a chance to catch up in so long.
I know, it's been a while.
Magpies going pretty well.
Yeah.
You know, top of the ladder. I mean, I see that you've only just snuck into the top 5 ranked players in the competition. Just again dominating stolen bases, hits, RBIs, runs scored. You like staying busy?
Yeah, definitely. I definitely don't like getting out of the box and going straight back into the dugout. So it's always good to get on base. Love taking extra bases. Anything I can do to put more pressure on the other opposing team. But yeah, I mean, we feel really good. Last 3 years, we felt really good coming into the finals. Hopefully, we can take that one away this year, but yeah, we'll see.
It's going to be tough. Danny just doing her best to try and disable Tess from playing in tonight's big game. Mason leans back here as she leads off the top of the second. I mean, well, batting 476, your partner in crime, Marcelino, 543. It's a pretty potent 1-3 punch at the top of the Magpies lineup. And let's not forget, we've still got to add Maslin just behind that, and talking about leading RBI. So Mason gets after this one again, fouls off.
Yeah, the bottom of our lineup too has been really putting in work. Just doing like an optional extra practice like during the week has been really helpful for us. Getting extra swings in, and really just honing down on that last couple games before we get to those finals.
Great pitch by Trzynski, and that's her first strikeout of the day as she freezes Mason at the plate. Yeah, well, look, it's going to be an interesting final series. There's 5 teams in it. Great calling there by Amber. Great setup. And 50 Shades behind the plate rings one up. So it's the flex, the pitcher, Ellie Smith. Is that better, producer Brandon? Just got told off. Trzynski starting to get into her groove now in the second. After it goes Smith, again flying around. That's another difficult catch, but well taken by Benedictson, looking directly into the sun on this well-positioned diamond at West Beach. Haley Mayer. Oh.
Haley Mayer, the lefty from Walkerville, next at bat.
Mm-hmm. And I'm back. Hey.
Here he is.
Sorry about that. No, that's all right. Kylie would want to know how you can do that at home.
You beat me to that.
I knew you were thinking it. That's why I pulled the trigger on it. So, wrong button. All right.
One button, righto. Kylie's getting that button.
Mayer gets after this one, breaks at the plate. Good pitch, levels the count 1-1. Pride round, completion of round 17. West Torrens fourth, playing second place Walkerville. And Trzynski gets another one. 2 in that innings, both in the same spot, same pitch, one to a right-hander, one to a left-hander, but the same result. 2 frozen batters, 2 strikeouts.
Absolutely. I think that's the spot Amber was hoping for in the first innings that the Blue was not keen on. Bring the ball over the plate just a touch and we'll get those calls. But you're right, Anthony, we're hanging around fourth. Am I allowed to say we? I'm West Torrens.
Sure. Yeah, I mean,
I was an old Torrens Valley Red, so I can't talk about them, but we're hanging around the fourth spot. And now that we've got Steph back, we took the option to give Talia Sutton the run. When we knew Steph couldn't pitch the season, why not throw a young kid in there to a world-class catcher like Amber Hood and see what she can learn. Our batting's been okay, but, we're fielding a lot more balls than what we have in previous seasons. So, and having Maddie Scott back as between her and Brie at shortstop and stuff like that, they're pretty impressive to watch. And I think now Steph's back, and I don't know what the plan is today, how many innings we'll get out of her, but she will only get better and better as we go along. We'll look out Port.
Yeah, she looks very cool, calm, and collected out there today. Like nothing's phasing her too. I think with that, scoring that first run as well, giving her a little bit of insurance, it's putting a little bit less pressure for Steph on the field. But yeah, everybody's pretty much having pretty good pitch selection between both teams today. So I think it's just who can score more runs, stay aggressive, run the base as well, and get those extra base hits.
Yeah, that's one thing West Torrens has always done well over the journey. Even
back in our day?
Yeah, I was just going to say, back in our day.
Back when we coached them?
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, also when Terry coached...
Before us, yeah.
Change up. First one of the day for Smith as the lead-off here in the bottom of the second. It's Izzy Benedictson, the first base player for the Eagles in Pride Round here. 1-0 in the bottom of the second. What I was going to say, Danny, was that, I remember Dennis Bromlow, Terry Lamry, Lindsay McGee, those coaches of that era. The Eagles always had gears, right? They could go down to a game on a weekend and just decide, no, we're going to attack. And you could just... Great shot by Izzy, well fielded by Sophie King as she stays low as that ball darts around off the turf here and she gets the lead off out. But the Eagles could go down there and they could attack a lineup, attack a pitcher and just, to the point that she wouldn't want to throw a strike because it would come straight back at her. But they also had that ability to just flip the other way and just take pitches, take the counts deep. And it was always a strength that we had. And, I would say that's definitely one of Coach Lamry's, legacies that I know passed on to me in my era at that time. So,
yeah, absolutely.
Centre fielder Alicia Marshank fouls this one over. Speaking of Coach Lamry, she back in her day would have fielded that one, but no scooter today out there on the diamond, so she's let that one go through. Big pride flag blowing in the breeze over there. If you're down at the ballpark, make sure you get around over to the Pride tent. Lots of goodies still there, rainbow goodies. And there's that flag.
Yeah. Coach Lamry has said a few times there are a few balls she could get, but she just decides not to. We have a chuckle.
Marshank goes down swinging.
But I think you're right, Anthony. There's been a few games where we went 7 innings the other night, which is rare for a game. And what I've loved about the Eagles is we don't like the first inning. we like the 5th, 6th, 7th. And the girls just hang in there, There's no the confidence in the dugout and stuff like that. No one's afraid. They know that they've got it in them. Yeah.
Yeah, well, back-to-back premierships will do that for your confidence. And speaking of confidence, Jackie Beale will be feeling pretty confident at the plate after taking a great catch in the first. Well judged in the swirling wind out there at right field, taking it just behind the grass at second base. Another consistent year for her with the bat and in the field, batting plus 200. So getting the job done for Coach Lamry. Takes a change on the outside. So the question that I'm thinking at the moment is, for a big game like this, has Caudle been rested? Has she been hidden? Or is there a leash? Beale just taps that one over. Coach Lamry there at third. Just wondering a little bit of the strategy and the tactics today. I mean, as I said, I'd done my prep on her pitching.
You've got nothing
so
on this pitcher?
I've got nothing. So she's pitched before, Ellie, once. Taylor's pretty much done the rest of it. So
I think they're probably just trying to have the mindset that you have, that West Torrens hasn't seen her much, and just throwing a new arm in there, seeing if they can do something different as long as they hit the ball and score some runs, hoping to get a win out of that. But yeah, I was asking the same thing.
Jackie Beale has just gone on with the outside, just locked up over the plate, and top of the bat, an easy field there for Smith at first. At pitcher, throwing over to first to Mason, and that retires the Eagles as we now move into the top of the third. And yeah, I mean, like Caudle's season is off the chain. Like when you talk about the top-ranked players in the Premier League in round 17, I mean, like just her numbers alone defensively, 162 strikeouts in round 17 is insane. The next pitcher behind her, 91. That's a fair whack. And when you look at Walkerville's defence, I remember many years ago, they were in a similar position to the Eagles where their defence was, you know, just above 900 in the field averages because the ball just was getting hit at them so much. They're now leading the defensive averages across the league simply for the fact that they're making 5 or 6 outs a game because Taylor's picking up the other 10. Pretty handy.
Yeah, very.
At the plate, leading us off here in the top of the third, one of the rare South Australians who can be called a 2-time national champion, Open Women's Sophie Roberts. Swings hard towards the dog club. Trzynski takes the ball away from her on the outside.
Very rare and very honourable for Sophie. You know,
Yeah, how cool is that?
She's beaten, yeah, Aussie squads and stuff as well, so.
Premiership player with the Cats.
Premiership player.
Goes down on an off-speed curve, if there is such a thing, but that's what it looked like. It was a definite change of pace as Steph goes back-to-back strikeouts for the first time in this game. And Kelly Bested, who, like Jackie Beale before her, took a great catch out at right field. Let's see if that's transferred to some confidence at the plate.
You had the pleasure of meeting Sophie for the first time last year. I put the shout out to SA to, you know, for my Queensland Association team. I want to catch her that's a bit older, and I got Sophie Roberts. And geez, I was super stoked. And you know, she's a tough kid to get to know, but absolutely adorable, and come up and did a good job and helped out, you know, my association back home. So it was good.
Nice. Yeah, that's why her photo's on the wall. Bested goes up above the letters. And 50 Shades has rung up another one, so that's 3 in a row now. So Steph gets into her work, and that's now the 4th strikeout. Special message there for you, Jess, one of your old premiership teammates, Taylor Chillingworth, the other side of the world, saying how much is she misses you. So,
hey girl, congratulations on your freshman year. Go kill it.
Tia Mataria. I apologise to Mataria family if I'm saying that wrong. Please don't do anything to my car in the car park because I'm in the wife's car today, so I apologise. I will find out the correct pronunciation. Behind in the count already, a couple of strikeouts as Trzynski really grooving now. Goes uptown, asks the question, Tia good enough with the discipline to stay off it?
Yeah, Amber's doing a great job calling all around, all zones as well, and Steph's really hitting her spot, so I don't think Amber can ask any more from Steph.
And Trzynski makes it 4 on the trot, and she has retired 5 of the last 6 as she starts to take control of this game here in Pride Round. Round 17, West Torrens v Walkerville, And who are we doing it for, Danny?
We are doing it for Rainbow Hub SA that supports the over 50s community. Get online, throw some money our way, West Torrens Softball Club's way, and we'll pass on the proceeds to them who do a good job. Along with, all shout out to all the teams. Walkerville have their shirts on. I've seen Hills, I think, have a new shirt this year. So got yourself a belt. Go buy a new belt. Yeah. So we've got belts this year, which is really good.
The founder of the event, Mel McGee, not with us today. She's down Robe Way, exercising, I believe.
A fun run.
A fun run. I'm not entirely sure those two words should be in the same sentence, but maybe that's just me.
Not for you and I, but for Melissa.
Yeah.
Definitely for Melissa.
Well, I've always said to the young players that I've talked to, Mel and Marnie, when again in my era, they would be at training half an hour early, and I'd be driving down the hill, and I'd be on Taps Road, and you'd see Mel and Marnie running around the back of the golf course, and then I'd pull in, and they'd get to the training, and they would be taxed because they've just done a mass run, and everybody else would pull up in the car park. But that was the professionalism of Mel McGee and Marnie Nichols as well, that she would train fatigue.
Yeah.
And so when the time came late in the game, he knew she always had it. So back to the top of the lineup for the Eagles. It's the only run scorer so far. It's Maddie Scott. The stealth mission continues as Ellie Smith stays in the middle here, giving the Eagles something different to look at. Caudle's named as the flex, but we haven't seen it yet, so I sense a close opportunity to come in maybe for one round of batters as Scott chops down on that ball and fouls it off over the third base side.
Yeah, last two times, that we played Walkerville, we faced Caudle, and it's been one run ball game, so that could be another reason why that our bats have come back hot this half of the year. I think we all got new bats of Santa. So, something different from Bindi, Coach Bindi there, and see what they got.
And let's not lose sight of the fact too, for the first 10 hitters, it's not like Smith's doing a terrible job out there. She's kept the powerful hitting lineup minus Hoyle to 1. So
she has done very well.
Yeah, it looks like Ellie stays a little bit more down in the zone, whereas Taylor's rise ball is
brutal. Probably
her go-to pitch. So a little mix-up for West Torrens. See how they do.
Speaking of down balls, did you see the drop that Lexi Kilfoy threw for the Stars at Gillies?
Goodness.
Oh my God.
Lexi Kilfoy in an Eagles outfit next season.
She's flied this one out to left field. Matera gets over and takes a great catch as the ball is actually spinning away from her, and then the wind as well, and then the sun as well. And she's overcome all three to take a great catch out there. And hopefully on the Sporty Bar replay, here it comes. A great piece of fielding.
Yeah, I think Maddie Scott just pulled a little bit off that. I think if she kept her front shoulder in a little bit longer, she probably would have been able to power that over the left fielder.
If you're a junior player, make sure you've saved that clip because her eyes were on the ball the entire time. And that's how you catch those balls out in the sun.
Yeah, that's something we've been working on with Maddie real hard to keep that shoulder in. Get that body on the angle at contact and then be able to, really explode.
Amber,
us lefties are just anxious to get down to first base, that's all.
Amber Hood advanced.
You can fly open as much as you want, mate.
Amber Hood advanced Maddie Scott in her first at-bat. So gets an opportunity to clear her arms here, find some space in the field. Good mix of pitches here. And Hood stays disciplined as she goes ahead in the count. 3 balls.
A couple of off-speed pitches in this at-bat, which is trying to get Amber out in front. Yes, the old 3-0, so
Coach Lamery probably holding her back just there. So game on here. And again, change of pace, Hood over the top of it. All hands up. Split screen.
Split?
Wow. Check those uniforms. Oh, no, it's gone.
They're gone.
Hood, as she does, continues to fight. And that was a very brief but good look at the fancy uniforms on the Pride round. Sort of wish Pride round was every round because the uniforms just look awesome. It's the same as First Nations round. They're just like, I think maybe society's come to a time where just standard uniforms should probably get the flick.
It's like we got like 7 different uniforms for every season. It's crazy.
Hood, as always, a great eye at the plate. From behind in the count, comes back and gets on first. Bringing Kaysler to the plate, who's already smashed the ball out to centre field. Left centre, and picked herself up an RBI double. Hood at first, looking to put some pressure. Well called, Anthony. Well called, Nikki Wong, as Hood just misses, sliding under the tag of Robertson.
Yeah, that was a great throw by Bailey. Put it right on the money for Chelsea. Easy to make the tag.
Chelsea's happy with it. That's good. A good sign.
It didn't look like Amber slid on at all. It sort of just did
Like
a bit
she
of a stop.
Stop, yeah.
Stop.
Yeah, everything's got to be perfect in that situation, and Bailey made it perfect.
And the next pitch, Kaysler does what she did in the first, and she's driven the ball hard out into her alley, Kaysler alley out there at centre right. If you remember the Gillies Shield when they won the second one, Lana seemed to just have a fascination with the Bob Burns sign out there and how many times she could hit it in a week. And you can just see.
Especially. Yeah, there's a club in Canberra with all the rounds that they do down there. They designed their new playing shirt is all, I think it's in 6 quarters, not quarters, that's in 6 with all the different ones on there. So they play on that every week. So I think that's a good way, Anthony.
Yeah,
If you like all the, it's one big mix.
Trzynski gets after it as she's fouled it off down the third base line. Yeah, I don't know. I think club uniforms, I think they're done. I think it's just time to move on. And when you can look at this and the First Nation, the breast cancer round ones, all of them, I mean, they're all just better. So we're here for a good time, not a long time. So
Be happy.
Yeah, that's it. Let's get those uniforms out there. So Steph, who's only hit doubles, triples so far this season. Has a look at another off-speed pitch, and this innings, the catcher for the Cats is really mixing it up here, trying to offset the powerful hitting lineup of the Eagles.
She looks the looks. I'm going to throw that out there. Before Amber ran, she actually practiced the throw.
Yeah.
She was actually in there having a practice, which is, she's shown Softball SA what she's coming to play. She can play.
Trzynski over to Robertson, just a casual, drop the hand down, backhand. But when you're as good as Chelsea Robertson, you can get away with stuff like that and make it look easy for a nice piece of fielding to retire the Eagles with a runner on. Yeah, casual as you like. She's a great player, Chelsea Robinson.
She's very good. Where's the number 8 of another great Walkerville shortstop?
And Steph Trzynski's double and triple streak comes to an end. Rob Laidlaw in the house again, just looking like he's got off a Kontiki tour. Junior State Championships coming up now out at CDSA. I think applications officially closed yesterday, but I would suggest that if you reached out to the office and said, I've got a mixed team of under 12s, or I've got a girls or boys team for 14s, 16s and 18s, I'm sure they'd find a spot for you. out at CDSA, Ridley Reserve. They're great facility out there. Great opportunity for the kids after we've had the country championships for the seniors only a couple of weeks ago. And we've also got the ASA Premier League going on the road, as it'll be the Walkerville Cats that you're watching today and the Seacombe Tigers playing out there at the Junior State Champs, and hopefully the kids can get around it and see some of the Premier League players, some of the imports, some of the local stars, some of the state stars, see a two-time national champion in Sophie Roberts. Lots of reasons to get out there and watch that game. So reach out to the office if you still can get a team together, or even if you've just got a player, if you're just somebody that wants to play in it and you don't have a team, put your name forward and I'm sure they'll find a team for you. Here we go. It's the Cats as we rush to the top of the fourth. Chelsea Robertson has flied out deep to Marshenk, who looked like she wasn't going to move there for a minute, but that swirly wind did make her take a step.
Yeah, Chelsea does a great job by running that all the way out to second base too. Even though you might know that it's going to be out, with that wind today, just pushing for those extra bases just in case something does fall. I think that aggressiveness is definitely showing.
Well, the Cats chasing one here, and we're halfway point, so... And after a multiple long at bat in her first innings, she's only lasted one pitch on the next one as she's flied out and been taken to a good catch and good communication between Hood and Kaysler.
Definitely Lena picking up there. Looked like Hoodie got stuck trying to get the helmet off and find the ball, but Steph was not going near that, as pitchers don't. So Lana was right in there.
Sophie King has already gone longer than she did in her first at bat, which was a first pitch ground out to third base. Sophie King's been around the Cats for a long time, one of their best performed players, plays everywhere, and still haven't forgiven her for the grand final that she cost me. But anyway, moving along, she is leading the competition with a 560 average, which is insane. One of the reasons why the Cats are where they are now. Jammed by Trzynski, but it's going to fall into a terrible spot as the wind pushes it down. The Eagles get around it just behind first base, and King gets another shot at it. So 560 as the number 2 for the Cats. That's a good season. The two names that follow her, Marcelino and Golden. Marcelino's last year's best hitter of the league, and the other one's Kath Cole medalist. So she's in fairly good company there. Looking to get on base for the Cats. Flies out again. Really early call there from everybody else as Emma realised that that was hers. And she takes a good catch. And the Eagles, importantly, the positive for them is after taking 5 of the last 6 being struck out, it's the field that's gone F8, F5, F4, and they've retired the Cats 1, 2, 3.
I think it shows a different mindset from walkies coming out to, have a hit.
Get aggressive.
Doing a West Torrens and a walkies.
Yeah.
That batting average for a season is half a season, 3/4 of a season is incredible. You guys know how to definitely hit the ball.
That's crazy stuff, absolutely.
I think my batting average over 3 seasons added up would equal 500 something.
That's the first time I've ever heard you be modest too, Daniel. I thought that is outstanding. So
I did trip over, that line coming out my very first A-grade game. I was rather embarrassed.
You can't be state coach, and you can't be West Torrens league coach, and you can't be an Australian selector if you're talking like that.
No, right? It's got to be humour.
So, I'm the self-deprecating one here.
100%.
So the Cats continue with Smith. Haven't seen any activity. Oh, was that activity in the bullpen?
There was one in the bullpen. I think she was number 6, though.
Yeah, right.
But I'm not sure who number 6 is.
It's that time of year, February, things just change. The game changes. Here we are in the bottom of the 4th. Leading it off is the person that was last involved in that catch, Emma Burridge. Gets right after it. Another really good season from Emma Burridge. Doing the job for the Eagles in the lineup and always defensively rock solid in the field. Also one of the nicest people you'll ever meet.
Absolutely. I think for me, people joke around that West Torrens now has 10 coaches in the dugout, but we all have a role to play.
Yep.
It's
like an NFL team.
NFL team.
She's rolled her hands over this one and beaten Roberts at third as the ball goes out to Materia at left field. And as baseball unnecessarily play their music in the background over our live stream, yet again, we have our lead-off on for the Eagles just here on the Sporties Bar replay.
It definitely got her hands out a bit too far, did roll over, but still enough power to get past, third and short, which is good with Sophie Roberts and Robinson there.
Caitlin Holt, hard line drive to right field last time, shows bunt, and lets Coach Lemry have a look at the defense for the Cats. Obviously Mason and Roberts were all over it. Robbo was at, no more nicknames. Robertson was at 2 and King was at 1, so a well-drilled Cats defense again shows Smith, as you would expect as a pitcher with a batter showing bunt, goes up and Holt stays off of it.
Yeah, Emma did a good job finding that hole in the 5-6 hole right there, and then I think West Torrens now is still going to use that small ball to bring the runners around the bases.
Well, she's got Smith right now, which is interesting because what's happening now is that Smith's throwing to what she's doing at the plate rather than now just chasing her. So the Eagles might get a freebie here, and I think that might be what Coach Lemry's saying. Hey, look, it's 3-0. You know what's going to happen here. She's going to have to tube. She's going to have to throw down the middle.
Yep.
That doesn't mean that you have to bunt. So,
yep.
Speaking of cool uniforms, yeah, thanks, mate. We've just lost producer Brandon as we seem to...
the kids can play?
Yeah. Well, we'll soon find out.
Yeah, I think like with Terry there and Caitlin, just do a job. Move your runner around. If you want to get that ball down and bunt, get the ball down and bunt. It's...
Yeah, still showing the same, but that's the first time that she's gone into zone there, Smith.
Might be going to tell the baseball to pipe down a bit.
Oh, that's going to work. That's going to work, Caitlin Holt. I don't think it was designed that way, but it doesn't matter when it comes off that way, as she's hit the ball down into the ground, bounced it over the top of Sophie Roberts. Chelsea Robertson goes over and picks up her second backhand of the day, but because it was bounced so high, and here we go.
Even better result, I think. Yeah.
Expect Benedictson here to bunt. Runners at 1 and 2, none out. The unwritten rule in Linda Martin's softball handbook.
I think Izzy can get this bunt down there. I think the speed of Burridge should still be able to get her to third, even with, good corners of Sophie and Georgia. So, just sacrifice yourself and get her around.
Yeah, West Torrens has been doing a great job pulling back, too, if they see that ball is not in the zone.
Pushes at it. Got to let it just come to you. Let your hands just kill the ball. Unless you're specifically trying to put it somewhere, but still make contact. 1-1. Gets another opportunity. Mason has shuffled down. She's shallower than she was before. Roberts is protecting the middle a little bit more off the line. Pushes at it again and looks far out. We get an opportunity to see her jump up and show some Real athleticism there. That was very, very fast by looks behind the plate. Like, yeah, wow.
Wow.
That's 20 feet thrown out at first. So, all right, well, you suggest that the bunt play would be put away now. Benedictson's going to have to clear her hands. Runners at 1 and 2, none out. So the double, a real chance here for the Cats. Smith again goes outside, but the Eagles been really disciplined. And you got one of the best in the business behind the plate in Ian Gray, last year's best umpire winner. Grounds out, it's going to go foul, but just, as I said, Roberts had moved over just a little bit to try and close that 6-5 hole, which is where this whole rally started in the first place. So, but that was very impressive by looks before. That's the first time we've seen her jump around. She's obviously got some fair game there.
Absolutely, has a great arm behind the plate as well.
Very fast arm. Not a big action back too, but it had some heat. Izzy's grounded out, and Robertson, far out.
Great play by Chelsea.
She is the hardest person to accommodate, seriously, because she just does things that you just, what is that? The confidence to attack the ball here on the Sporties Bar replay. Read it perfectly. Sophie Roberts gets in the right spot.
Yeah, Sophie, like that ball brought her inside the line, so she had no right to be able to get that runner at 3, but it is Sophie. You know, it brought her inside and just a nice flick backwards.
So 1 out for the Eagles now. Marshenk takes a first pitch. Smith, for the second time in the game, throws the ball over to third. Mason with an amazing jump and slide out.
Good job, Mason.
That's a great play by the young first base player for the Walkerville Softball Club. And the Eagles, who only seconds ago here on the Sporties Bar replay were threatening. Yeah, Marshenk. Smith gets her second throw at third. Sophie Roberts, I think, has had more put-outs at third than she's probably accustomed to today. And the Eagles threaten, but the Cats hold.
Cats did very well. What runner on 1 and 2, none out. Georgia Mason with the pick there on the bit dusty at first base always, because that's where a lot of traffic is. So she did very well.
So top of the fifth here in a 1-0 ball game on Pride Round. West Torrens v Walkerville. West Torrens have got the only run scored by the lead-off of the game, Maddie Scott, off the bat of Lana Kaisler in the first. And since then, Trzynski's dominated in the middle, and the Cats' defense has held strong. They're in the heart of their lineup here, as they're going to have Mason, Smith, Mayer. The Eagles, Jackie Beale will lead off the bottom of the fifth, and they'll come back through the top of their lineup in Scott and Hood.
Yeah, Walkerville's definitely showing that they're at the top defensively, because West Torrens is definitely still putting the ball in play every at-bat.
Still no Caudle. Mason gets after the first one. Trzynski dominated from the second onwards, where she picked up Mason on a strikeout and then went to strike out 4 of the next 5 batters, and then came back with 3 flyouts in the next innings. So in control. Ground out, hard ball hit over to third base. Lana Kaisler stays low. Great mechanics, not unlike the throw that Izzy Benedictson's just given her at her feet, just for a little bit of practice, and she makes the out.
Rock solid at third base during the normal play, and then a horrible throw, which
no, that's just a younger player showing a senior player. Don't be too happy with yourself that you did a good job. You can always learn.
Try and pick this and hit in the face. It's big shout out to the Blues. I forgot about the Blues all in their Pride outfits too.
Yeah, how good do they look?
Got to be nice to the umpies.
Ellie Smith, the pitcher today, with arguably the brightest set of batting gloves I've ever seen.
Love the colours.
You love the colours. Heart of the lineup for the Cats. Smith takes one across the letters, but good enough. 50 Shades Ian Gray behind the plate. Mike Bendel at first. Nikki Wong at third base are blue today in their Pride uniforms. Krasinski goes down. Good pick up by Hood. Ooh. Smith only batting .429 for the season. Only played half the games though, but when she has played, the noticeable thing about her that she's effectively hit more extra bases than she has singles. She's a long ball hitter, hits the ball hard, very aggressive, likes it on the up.
Yeah, definitely tell by how hard she swings that bat.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's like the gloves actually the temperature of the colour, and she's just got to swing it to get out of there as quick as she can, because it's burning her hand. But it's a good swing. It's a very good swing. But Trzynski here really starting to get back into her groove.
Imagine if she wore 2 batting gloves that colour.
Craziness.
She might let go of the bat.
And swings over the top of a big rise from Trzynski. She picks up another strikeout. Hayley Mayer, strikeout victim in the second innings, gets another opportunity here. Takes an early strike. I don't think time's going to be the issue today, and normally in these 1-0, 1-1, 2-1 games. So as we're in the top of the 5th here, that means you're sort of looking at both lineups are going to get one more go. Mayer tries to drop the ball short and fouls it off. So if the Cats are going to try and engineer one, they really need a lead-off, or that second batter to just at least be a base runner, not be the game winner off that first at bat. They've just got to get themselves on and put some pressure on the defense there. And Trzynski, for the second time in the game, gets Mayer up for strikeout. I can count 8 for Steph Trzynski. So thoughts, here we go. Bottom 5. What do the Cats need to do here, Danny? As put your coaching / selector hat on.
Probably.
What would you be saying to them?
To the Cats, nothing. No. I think maybe their pitch selection. I think Steph's got a lot of risers that are out of the zone, so pitch selection is one. I think they're pretty aggressive. I think you want to be in front of Steph, not get behind in the count. So that type of stuff, maybe a short game, keep it to the right side of the field, keep it away from Lana. That type of stuff is what I would be saying to Coach Stansfield. She's not looking my way, though, so I won't. Eagles, just, same sort of thing.
Yeah.
Just be more patient.
And Jess, for you, you're an Eagles player in this particular game as a commentator. You're up 1-0, bottom of the 5th. You're about to come back through the top of your line. What's her message out there to the team at the moment? Stay the course or push on?
Yeah, I would say just keep putting the ball in play. Eventually hoping that the Cats will make some errors. Nobody try to be a hero out there. Everybody do their job, put the ball in play, and, we'll score some runs.
Bill Belichick would be proud with a conversation like that. Jackie Beale leading off the bottom of the 5th for the Eagles. They're 1-0 up here in Pride round. Ground out to the pitcher in her first at-bat. Smith still doing the job in the middle for the Cats.
But as you said before, mate, it takes one thing.
Yep.
A lead-off getting on, a single, and then, you might not bunt because you're 1 up or something like that. You've got Maddie Scott coming up who can do a lot. You never know what she's going to do. So,
yeah, they just need. They've only had a couple of base runners throughout the game, which is, when you're playing the Eagles and Trzynski's in the middle, it's all going to be premium stuff. You're only going to get a couple of opportunities, and when you get them, you have to take them. So But the Cats, defensively, and for those at home, strategy-wise as well, there's an advantage to, Caudle, who we don't know whether or not she's 100%. We don't know if she's resting. We don't know if she's going to come in and close. We don't know what the go is. But there's always that argument after Christmas when you've had that 6-week break to maybe not show your full hand on the eve of finals, which is only a month away. So Beale, as she does so many times, just a great piece of batting. Had a milestone just recently with 500-plus games, and she just showed all of her experience there. Just kept her hands back, watched the pitch, waited longer, and did a great job.
Yeah, I think Ellie and Bailey playing in Belgium together as well is also another reason that Bindi probably put them together against West Torrens.
Sure.
Whatever way that you can make your pitcher feel comfortable, definitely the way to go.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And the other thing is, though, for the Eagles, they've got to be full tilt. Their margin for error doesn't exist, unfortunately, in the ladder. They've got to just keep winning all the way here. Seacombe, as I said, they've got games in hand, and they are predominantly playing teams beneath them for the rest of the season. So Smith mixing it up. But this is the time of the year where these types of things start to happen, and you start to see different lineups and combinations as coaches start to look for the matchups of who beats who's effective against who other. Scott throws her hands. Matera's again taken another great catch out there at left field, really well judged. She got a terrible bounce in the first play that she's had, but since then been absolutely rock solid as she takes a great catch there on the Sporty Bar replay.
Yeah, Mads just dropped her hands a little bit there to fly out. Again, a good read. That ball's tailing away from her out there in left field. And I think you're right, Anthony, but you don't know what's going to happen to Taylor. Taylor could pick up an injury as well between now and the finals. Any pitcher player could. So
you need to get some data.
Yeah.
Hood, after a strong piece of batting in her last at-bat, goes after the first pitch aggressively here and hits Jackie into second base, but she's good enough to break up the double as the Eagles retire their second out, bringing Kaysler, who's only had the 2 hits for the day on 2 at-bats, a powerful double and an inside-out single to centre right. Hood 2 out. You would probably expect Coach Lamery to light up the base path and test the runner here in a 2-out situation, bringing Lana back to kick off the 6th, or just take the chance and back a hitter that's batting 1,000 for the day.
I think Terry will go the hit. We're lucky enough to have Maddie Scott that comes in with the 2-out rule. Pretty decent. Hit to that Lana Kaysler alley out with Bob Burns is getting home for someone like Maddie Scott.
Yeah, you can see the outfield back on Lana as well, knowing that she's probably going to piece the ball somewhere. 2
of the 3 pitches so far, all off speed. So trying to force Lana to come up with the power. Just needs a triple for the cycle. Oh, gee, imagine if it had happened.
Yeah.
Roll the dice. Goes uptown. Kaysler stays off of it.
She'll know it too. She knows what she'll do. She'll be running to 3. Terry might hold her at 2, but she's going.
To cycle or bust today. Well, it's at least going to be a single for 1,000 day for Kaysler as she picks up another hit and continues to dominate this game like Trzynski with a single out to left field, advancing Scott to second here in the Sporties Bar replay.
And she did well to get her hands out on that inside pitch. I know it's something she's been working on. Loves the outsides. I shouldn't say it, but, the insides is what she knows she's going to get, because they know it's her weakness. She knows it's a weakness, so it's something that she's been putting a bit of extra time into.
425 on the season is Kaysler. She's also ranked in the top 5 players in the competition currently, so she's been there pretty much all of the season. the interesting stat for her, runners in scoring position, slugging percentages, on base, those experienced players, they go up. And, well, we were only just talking about it. And in the Pride round, we are going to see Taylor Caudle currently dominating the Premier League 24-25 with a ridiculous 162 strikeouts from 16 starts.
And number 5, not 6, mate. Sorry.
Yeah.
The eyesight's a bit.
Yeah, that's sorry. There you go.
Yeah, it's a bit too far down.
And you can already see by Caudle's just her first warm-up pitch, the extra zip on the ball. Don't have the gun on me today, but that's at least near double figures.
Triple.
No, I mean double figures in speed change, I reckon.
Oh, speed change.
Yeah,
I think you meant like.
No. I'm commentating to myself in my own head here. I'm just enjoying the game. You know, this is the match pieces.
I reckon you could throw double figures in it.
It's questionable.
It's
Yeah, it's always a pleasure to watch this girl pitch because it's outstanding. So Eagles though, they're going to be reasonably happy. It's 2 out. They've got runners on, and they've got one of the most aggressive hitters in their lineup at the plate, who up until today was on a reasonable streak of doubles and triples. And she's grounded out to short to prove that she's immortal. But this will be a great matchup. She wouldn't have seen a lot of Caudle, I wouldn't have thought. So it's an important at bat for Steph, one that I would suggest in her best interest to maybe hang around in for as long as she can. But a player like Caudle just doesn't give you that opportunity because she throws a ridiculous amount, 65% first pitch strikes. So you can't fall behind in the 8 ball to somebody that's dominating the league that much, averaging 11 strikeouts a game.
I think it'll be interesting to see how she obviously hasn't come in a lot either. There's a big difference to starting a game to coming into a game. So this will be a good test and probably something the Cats wanted to try anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, good call. As I said, all those little strategy games are being played at the moment. But West Torrens desperate for the 2 points. Caudle to Trzynski.
Push her up to 70%.
Bottom of the 5th. Eagles 1, Cat 0. Pride round, round 17. Great pace by Caudle, but Trzynski equal to the task, at least getting her hands around, just got jammed and fouled it off. Great contest here. Wow. A bit to unpack there. Sorry, I just had a mic issue just then for a second.
A ground ball to Chelsea, who came to charge.
Yeah.
Up there.
Oh, wow. Look at that bounce. Can't do it. I mean, like,
Bounce.
that's a terrible hop. But Robertson, brave as she is, body behind it. If it misses your glove, typical Linda Martin school of coaching, misses your glove, it's got to hit your body.
Yep.
So Robertson does it perfect. But the heads-up base running by Scott scores her second run for the day and a very much needed insurance run for the Eagles as we go late into this game.
Yeah, Looks does a great job trying to look for that next play too, getting Lana running down third base. But I think Sophie just holds on to it a little bit too much, and then they don't get the out at second, pushing her back to second base.
Coach Stansfield just coming out, asking the umpire couple of questions. All right, so Caudle comes in and the Eagles instantly score, but not probably how we thought. Burridge now gets after it, gets beaten for pace. Again, another rocket from Caudle. Burridge fouls it off, hands across the plate, so she's going to have to catch up a little bit on that pace to put that ball in play, but at least making some contact, fouls it off, keeping herself alive. Jammed again, Roberts comes in, but looks, beats her easily down that line and takes a great catch with the ball spinning away from her as the Cats put a stop on that. A couple of runners on just there on that Sporting Bar replay. I was just going to say, as we now move into the top of the sixth, time might become an issue here. That innings did drag out somewhat. 1 month to go. No, actually, I haven't updated the graphic. My apologies to everybody. It's 1 week to go to the CFS round next Friday night, Valentine's Day. You should be at Anembo Park supporting the Country Fire Service and the Hills, the great job that the association does up there in supporting the CFS Foundation, who obviously support the CFS volunteers themselves. There will be a men's game beforehand, then the women's game, which will be Glenelg v Hills, all-female commentary crew on the game that night, and there'll be some celebs up there, bit of a home run contest. Always a great night up at Nembo Park. Food and drinks, so don't worry about spending Valentine's Day at a restaurant or a fancy hotel. Get up there, support the CFS Foundation, and then the ASA on Saturday for our games. We'll carry the CFS round on, and we'll also have a barbecue here raising money for the CFS Foundation. So make sure you're at the Hills next week. Big game, Glenelg v Hills at Anembo Park. Top of the sixth, Sophie Roberts leading us off.
Change up.
And seen by Sophie.
Hands out nice and early, Sophie Roberts.
So, all strikeouts so far, this part of the lineup downwards with Trzynski. So the Cats have got to find something. So 7, 8, 9. And you would think if the Eagles can drag out that other innings, the other batting side of the six, we might not go around again. But Roberts flies it out. Benedictson's going to try, but it's gone over the fence. Because if the Cats can get that last opportunity in the seventh and they lead it off, Robertson, Looks, King, Mason all get their third look at Trzynski. And third time you see the picture, normally sometimes things can happen.
Yeah, definitely. And definitely, like, 10 minutes is a hard time to waste against someone like Caudle.
Yeah, I was about to say,
like,
I don't think Taylor's going to be given.
She's not going to be giving up too much.
Yeah. It'll be 3 down the tubes, and if you're good enough, you're going to make contact. If you're not good enough, guess what?
But Steph's actually thrown, 6 innings now? It's really well. Thrown hard. Some good off-speed pitching.
Roberts grounds out. Scott gets an opportunity like Robinson to get the backhand, but doesn't get the bounce. And the ball spills. Roberts on, and is this the break the Cats need here on the Sporty Bar replay?
Yeah, Maddie just dragged it to the backhand. Just that horrible bounce out there that Chelsea had earlier on. Maybe could have taken another step to get the body in that position a bit more, as opposed to sticking that glove out there and trusting that rocket arm that I think you've seen Plenty of times from,
Definitely. I think the Cats are just looking to get on any way they can, and I don't think Roberts will be too mad about that.
Just going to segue off topic for a second. Family friend of me and Kylie over in New South Wales, Rachel Doyle, watching with her family. Shout out to Rachel in New South Wales. Hope you're well. Thanks for tuning in. Fan base of 1.
Hey, me too, man.
I've got none, guys. Come on. Give me a shout out, someone.
Somebody shout her out.
Someone shout me out.
Bested shows bunt, but gets her hands down. Got to stay at the top of the zone. You've got to put that ball on the ground. Dangerous, dangerous. So Trzynski's going to challenge above the letters here. Bested's got to start at the top of the zone. Must get this ball down to Advance Roberts to give Matera, Robertson and Looks a chance. Good pitch by Trzynski.
I think it's interesting, chasing 2 to bunt, but I guess Bindi might be just after 1 this dig. Bottom of their order, and then come up to the top maybe the next time. And
maybe the 1's the thing that gets you started.
Just takes 1 hit, takes 1 something.
And beats her. Trzynski picks up strikeout number 8, and that's an important one because it doesn't give an opportunity.
Scorers just questioning official scorers.
Yeah, the pinch runner over at first base.
Oh, they made a change, not an actual pinch runner.
That I don't know. I do know after Sophie got on, she went out.
It must be a change, yeah.
Casey Taylor stayed under 18 rep in Karen Dale's team. That was had a great tournament over in Sydney, finishing 3rd as they improved. So Casey Taylor, first year rep, putting some wheels there on first. Matera tries to do it late, and in the process drops her hands underneath and pops it up.
Yeah, I think Amber and Steph are just recognizing too that they're trying to play a little bit of small ball, moving those runners over, so keeping the ball up in the zone, and hoping that they pop it up exactly like that, straight to Amber.
Robertson's last shot was up the middle. It was a great catch out there by Marshink deep. She's got an opportunity now with a runner at first. And I must confess, in the old coaching days, if this is the 6th and I've got a runner at first and I'm at the top of my lineup, I nearly roll the dice, but I'd send the runner and give Robertson a clear slate at the start. If she gets to second, well, then you've got an opportunity with a runner in position. So, and that's nearly going to work.
It's like they heard you.
It's nearly worked, as Maddie Scott's taken a great ball on the outside of her body and was good enough to bring it back, and Hood's throw fast enough. So the only risk that this play makes is these next 3 outs.
Yeah.
I'd be telling Taylor Caudle, I want 9 pitches, please.
Yeah,
at the most.
If Taylor actually slides in foot first and a little bit earlier, she might actually be safe on that. Maddie does a great job bringing it over to the other side of her body, making that tag.
Yeah, that was great work by the Eagles. So Caudle here, 21 past 4 in Pride round. And who are we supporting for the Pride round, Danny?
Yeah, we should give out one last shout out to Rainbow Hub SA, supporting the elder community 50 plus. I will be able to attend this year, cracking the 50 milestone. Not something to be proud of, but yeah, they do a good work for the older community. It's always hard for some, and good old Rainbow Hub definitely supporting the 50 plus.
Well, here we are, 22 past 4, which technically gives us about 3 minutes for Caudle to strike out the Eagles and give themselves one more chance.
Yeah, I think Coach Lemery's take some pictures, and we need to work out a way to foul off some pitches.
Well, I've also noticed a couple of people have walked out into the dugout grabbing helmets that haven't played so far today. She's got 4 on the bench, so don't expect Coach Lamry to change some hitters here in the bottom part of their lineup for a little bit of gamemanship. We've all done it.
I think we did it Wednesday night as well. I'm not the Saturday before, actually.
Yep,
we did it the Saturday before against the Tigers. So it's all part of the game. Like you said, everyone does it.
Yeah.
So,
Because
this win is crucial for the Eagles.
Oh, yeah, the Eagles. They Walkerville nothing here. They need 2 points to stay in contention. Sturt playing Glenelg in the next game. Holt chases up. Had a great line drive to right field in her first at-bat. Hit to shortstop on the next one. So, and as we get close to the end of the game, just to remind you two legends, the Sparms player of the day is something that you'll need to decide, or as Danny's just handballed off to Jess. So thankfully you don't have to jump out there today, but to do the interview. But the important thing, of course, is it's going to be tough. Trzynski's dominated, Kaysler's dominated, Scott's dominated. So the Eagles have got some people there that have put their hands up. So Robertson's been great in the field for the Cats. So it's not going to be easy, but I'll leave that to you because I don't need anybody to dislike me more. So
they can dislike us.
I can live with that. So Caudle here in front of the count, but Holt doing the job for Coach Lamry. 4 pitches already. 5 pitches, but job done. She's taken a very, very precious 2.5 minutes out of the clock. And I would suggest that Izzy's going to be in no great hurry either.
Now that's an actual great at bat. Although a strikeout, very crucial to the outcome of the game. You know, taking the pitches, fouling it off.
Yeah, good discipline. So when you look at the ladder, I don't have a live ladder, not that fancy, but I mean, this win for the Eagles, if it pans out that way, you know, takes them ahead of Sturt. The run differential is going to be important for them. They haven't given up anything today, which is good. Oh, that's going to make it even better because now we've got a player that's been hit. No sympathy for Benedictson from Coach Lamry. Get hit in the knees at 100 k's an hour. Just keep going, girls.
I'm sure if there was a minute to go before time off, there would have been some sympathy.
It could be any of the 4 you could send out there. So Alicia Marshink, the centre fielder, comes out, strikeout, and hit into a double before, or hit into a lead run before. So by our clock, which of course isn't the umpire's clock, would suggest that this will be it. So Sturt Glenelg follow this game on Diamond 2. So for West Torrens, this will keep them in the 4 for now. The good thing for them, their run differential over Sturt is good. So they just need to keep winning. Don't necessarily have to win by margins or anything. They don't have to play around with that. They just need the points at the moment. And Marshank's taken a hit, and Coach Lamry's empathy for some of her players still not there. Yep, not changing anybody. And
check
as
on the replay.
Yeah, that sounded a bit fleshy. Oh, yeah, on the left arm.
Yeah,
that left forearm.
It's like she was trying to get out of the way to push it away, but it's
right,
missed.
back.
It's missed. Yeah, right.
Right.
Back elbow.
Yeah,
right on the bicep.
The fleshy, the fleshy part of me,
yeah.
but maybe not so much.
Hey, we all got it.
So you got some as well, mate.
I'm so glad that the Spacequake cameras are trained out there because, producer Brandon's pointing to his own arm as
the bingo wings.
yeah. Jackie Beale also having a good game today. Shot to centre field in her last at bat. Has runners at 1 and 2. And only has the 1 out. Time's expired, so we're just going to see this thing out. But so West Torrens hold their spot. So even if Sturt win tonight, they'll still be 5th. The Eagles will still be 4th.
And we play them Wednesday night, which will be a cracker of a game to go ahead.
And the big game tonight, Port Adelaide Seacon. Remember, Seacon have got a couple of games up their sleeve, so Port Adelaide need to do you guys a favour, which I don't suggest will be high on their list of priorities.
Come on.
But they need to clean up Seacon for you to make things easier. A win to Seacon, on the other hand, starts to create a very, very uncomfortable gap to West Torrens instead, and then it will become a shootout on the way home. So,
yeah, like I said, everything's so tight coming up to finals for that 1, 2, 3, 4 spots. Yeah, just so much competition this year. So many extra imports. You know, everybody has an equal amount of competition.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it. He's called game. So. All right, and the umpire's called time, and that's the end of the game for the Pride round between West Torrens and Walkerville, as the Eagles have run out winners 2-0 in an important game for West Torrens. So, yeah, let's get Jess out there. Actually,
on,
we haven't got it. You are.
Jess.
Jess is going to go out there, and who's the player that you're going to be interviewing?
Lana Kaisler.
Lana Kaisler, 3 for 3 today. Nearly went the cycle and fielded great. Had hits, scored the RBI, and we're just going to get the camera set up here. So, Danny, thank you for dropping in. Always a great time. Thank you for bringing the Pride round and hosting with West Torrens. Great uniforms, great day, great cause, and as I said, still some tasty treats behind us. And in a second, we will have an opportunity with the Cath Coral medalist from a few years ago and Premiership, and Lana Kaisler, your Sparms player of the game. Recently married, Lana, in the off season, mid-season break. So, and here she is with Jess Golden.
Good now? Okay. All right, I'm here with Lana Kaisler. She's our Sparns player of the game. I don't even know how to say it. Anyways, 3 for 3 today, batting 1,000, almost went for the cycle. How do you feel?
Yeah, great. No, just stoked that we made some good team at bats today, and got across the line, made some good contact, which we've been wanting to do this half of the season.
Yeah, definitely. This puts you guys in a very good spot, so keep it rolling, and I'm glad you're happy.
Hey, back in the 4. That's what the goal is, so it's good to be here. Yeah.
Good. Nice game.
Thanks a lot, Jess Golden. Your special comments today from the Magpies, and thank you to Lana Kaisler, your Sparms player of the day in Pride round. They're just going down there, the Eagles getting their photos taken. The B grade for West Torrens, because they're hosting the Pride round today. They're going to be playing on this diamond in the game after. The other A grade games on diamond too. I'm just the president, so that means I don't know anything that's going on. But West Torrens just getting their photos taken. So any last words, Danny, for Pride round?
Get out, support, no matter how you can. Always reach out. If you're in a difficult situation, there's always communities out there to help anyone out. So good job, Eagles.
And just tonight, 7 p.m, Diamond 1, Port Adelaide v Seacon, big game. You've gone top of the ladder. Walkerville have just dropped a game. So big opportunity here now to put a little bit of distance, and obviously coming good at the right time of the year.
Yeah, absolutely. Last 7 p.m. game for February, so thank God for that. It's been a long day. But yeah, we're excited to get out there. I like playing under the lights, so let's see if we can add a little bit more insurance to our finals.
So there's still car parks available down here if you want to see some of the best in the business play softball at West Beach. 7 p.m. Jess Golden, Bree Marcelino and others will be lighting it up against the Seacombe Tigers, which has got their own stars in Reagan Diaz and Neely Peterson, recently national champions for the Tigers. 7 p.m. But today, it's the Eagles running out 2-0 winners over the Cats in Pride Round.